Yes! Here we go!
Before we jump into today's show topics, let's start the show with the usual remarkable story I came across on Reddit. The
Mm.
story of today, KR, is inspired by the baby mama drama that we will
Oh,
discuss in the following topics, in the main topics. But let's start. Am I the a-hole for refusing to support my baby mama?
depends on what is expected from their support.
Now, let's see. Let's see. So it goes as follows. And we're talking about, of course, about financially supporting, right? He starts by saying all fake names and the backstory is kind of long, but I feel it's necessary to understand. It's not that long, actually. But I guess
Mhm.
for people who don't write, it can be.
Or read, or can read.
I'm a 54-year-old man, married to Liv, woman of 46. We have a daughter, six, and have of 6 years old, and have been together for 12 years. Liv is my second wife. I
Mm.
married my first wife, Anna, when I was 21. Anna is French, and we met when I was in France for a holiday. Romantic. We have so we Anna and I
Mhm.
have two children, Sophia, who's 30 right now, and Matteo, who's 27. I guess that's an Italian last name, but okay. Anna and
Matteo,
I were married
Matteo,
for 8 years.
Matteo,
It's Matteo, actually. It's Matteo.
Matteo, Matteo.
You're just
Continue,
making
continue.
yourself look ridiculous. Anna and I were married
Jamaican,
for
Jamaican Australian, right?
Jamaican Australia. I were married for 8 years and had an amicable divorce. And I am on good terms with both of my children and Anna. And I see them often. So I count three kids right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I then moved to the US where I met Abby. We were together for 5 years. We weren't married, but we did have two children, Jake and Leah. I cheated on Abby with Harper and had a daughter, Maddie. How many kids are we at? We're at Liv with one with
Five,
Liv, one with Liv,
five, six,
two
if
with
you count.
Anna, one with Liv, two with Anna, and then two with yeah, right? Five. Okay.
Uh, two,
No, six.
two in France.
Not six. We're at
One,
six.
six, yes. One in the current marriage, two in France, two in US, one cheating.
Yeah, six. Harper was the girl he cheated
With
with Abby on. Yeah. Harper and I stayed together for 2 years, but we eventually amicably split up. I moved back to
mm,
Europe, so I bought him a house as well as providing financial support. I see Maddie in person twice a year, and we talk every day.
mm.
Maddie is the one. Maddie is the daughter. Okay, my split with Abby was messy. Abby was the one. Are you following this by the way?
Yeah,
Abby.
Abby is the one who, when he landed on American soil, he started to
No,
spread his seeds.
yeah. So that's Abby, and then he cheated on her with
He
Harper.
cheated
So
on her. Yeah.
Abby, my split with Abby was messy. Of course, you cheated. Abby told me she didn't want me in our children's lives. Mm. And I
Yeah.
didn't fight her very hard on it.
Yeah, if you have six
So,
kids.
yeah, that's if you could. Those triple shifts got him tired as F, man. I keep in touch with both of them, both children. And Abby and I came to an agreement where I don't pay child support, but I
Mm,
instead pay for school. I agreed. I also give them both a generous allowance and expensive gifts for B-days and Xmas, Christmas. I'm aware it's a poor substitute for a father. After we split, Abby married Cole and had Ryan. From what I've heard from my kids, Ryan is the golden child of the house, KR. The
mm.
golden child of the house.
Does it mean he's get? Oh no, no. That's It's another story.
It's another story.
That's
They
okay.
aren't mistreated. They aren't mistreated by any means. And from what I can tell, they like their stepfather well enough. But if there's
Mm.
an argument between Ryan and either one of my kids, Abby and Cole will side with Ryan.
Yeah.
Abby's always been a reckless spender. Now, isn't that the
No, no, no. He's
uh,
not a spender. Well, he spends seeds.
yeah. Now Abby and Cole are struggling financially. So Abby and the new husband,
How old are these kids, by the way,
uh, the kids. So
from Abby?
Ryan is Abby's. So Abby and so their kids are. Let me check. 20 and
Oh,
16.
ain't no child support anymore. I already know where it's going, but
Yo,
continue.
wait. Abby. Let me see if I told you correctly. Abby, yeah. Two kids, 20 and yeah. So where was I? Now Abby and Cole are struggling financially, and she
Mm.
has asked my kids to chip in. Huh.
What?
I have, yeah. Well, they're living at their house, and the one is 20. So I
Okay,
get it is fair. It is fair.
okay, okay.
It is
Now
fair.
she's asking the dad to chip in as well. Let me guess. Continue.
I have more than enough money, so I had no problem upping Jake and Leah's allowance so they can help their family and keep
This is
strong
how
for
she does
themselves.
it. Uh, she knew it. She knew it.
Abby called me up out of the blue a few weeks ago, and this is where I might be the douchebag. She fought with Jake when he refused to use his allowance to help pay their mortgage.
What? You give people a finger, they'll take your whole arm, man.
I told her that since Jake is no longer living with her, he has no obligation to pay for her house. Okay,
Oh,
so he
so
moved
Jake,
out.
so he moved out already. So
Jake
why is it
figured out
payment?
that it would be better. Jake realized that it's better to pay
You're
the
lying.
down payment of his own house.
You already have a golden child.
Yeah.
Now I need to pay for you and your golden child. What continue?
She fought with Jay. Let me see. I told her that's it. Yeah. Okay. She then demanded that I give Ryan an allowance as well as Jake and Leah. So the kid of Cole, the other guy. She told me that I wasn't allowed to financially support Jake and Leah without also including Ryan because he was feeling left out.
Mm. You know what kind of logic this is?
By the way, Ryan is 12.
Ryan is
Just
12, but that's I don't care about Ryan. He's the golden child, so good luck to
he can
him.
pay. He can pay for.
They call it
He,
Tigre de
he,
Oro.
he can function as his own collateral. It's a gold. Gold is up, so why
El
not?
Tigre de Oro. Well,
She
the
told me
Tigre de
that.
Oro was white, but okay. Continue.
I told her. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat that part. She told me that I wasn't allowed to financially support Jake and Leah without also including Ryan because
What?
he was feeling left out. I told her to f off and that I'm not going to stop supporting my kids just because she can support her own. Ooh, shots fired. I told her that I'll still pay Leah's tuition, but I'm stopping her allowance so Abby doesn't get any money. Both Abby's parents called me to say that I am a douchebag. I am an a hole for not stepping up and helping my kids. And Cole
What?
also called to scream at me. I had to block their numbers. My family reassured me that I'm not the a hole, but I'm not sure because I feel guilty that Leia's the one who suffers. So,
How old
is he the
is the
is he
youngest? How old is the youngest?
uh the youngest of the two? Oh, she's 16. Leah 16.
Okay. So are we at the end already, or?
Yeah, we're at the end. Yeah. So the
Uh,
question is he is he wrong? So is he the a-hole? Is he wrong? Did he handle the situation in the wrong way?
I mean, come on, man. This is not even a question, right? Am I supposed to be stepdad to everyone in the world?
And
This
what
is this
about
this is a problem when you have broke baby mamas. This is a broke baby mama problem.
but
She's
what
broke.
about
She
yeah?
I think you talk about it. You closed last show with what I once said.
You
Bum
you
dudes
are the
marry bum chicks and get bum
children that
family.
children that suffer from the bumness. You put it a different way. Your
Hey,
your
say that
exa- your example your example was your example was
genetic.
the way you formulated it. I mean, that's a definition of a generational curse. I'm just
You know, the way I described it was pure genetics, the bum
yeah.
genetics. No, but
No, but yeah, continue.
all jokes aside, what you're dealing here, you're dealing here with a baby mom that cannot handle her spending. Um, I hope for him. I hope for him that
That's
he
what that's what he's saying. We don't know if that's the case or whether or not he doesn't have
or maybe she's
money.
just broke, straight up broke. Maybe that's the other one. Whatever it is, she doesn't have money. If it's not in the how did Denzel said in Training Day? Look in the right pocket. No, there is a D in the middle. Look in the left pocket. Look in the right pocket. Put the money out and pay the bills. That's how he opened the movie. But I'll be honest. I think he did the right thing. I don't know if he has to stop the allowance of his 16-year-old. You
That
have
was
he have
what
to talk.
that's what I
He
was
have
about
to
to
talk
ask
to her.
because
You have
yeah,
to talk to her
because
and
yeah, okay.
explain her the situation and explain her what the plan will be. Explain her what is happening.
It doesn't sound like he has a plan. He's just saying he just stopped it. So it doesn't sound like he has a plan other than that.
Yeah. So this is not how it works. So you
Because
have to be a
because
thinking man. You gotta think
because
ahead because where this is going before you. I'm not gonna.
yeah, continue, yeah, continue.
Where this is going is she might, and this is what I wanted to say. I hope he has everything written in contract, agreements, clear agreements, because there is something as child support that wasn't paid. She
Yeah.
didn't go to the. She didn't go to the people who arranged that. He can still get hit with a bill on his head, even
Yeah,
though he supported the kids all
yeah.
those times.
He said that they agreed to something. It doesn't say that it was in writing or not. So I guess you're saying that
She can
he should
still
have
take. She can
yeah.
still take revenge on him by hitting them
Yeah,
with.
yeah. But I mean if he has receipts, maybe transfer the money, then that would be
Doesn't
different.
work like that. It doesn't work. I've read a lot about these stories. If it's not through the so how do they look at it? If it's not through that door to that channel, everything is a gift.
Yeah.
Everything. So
Well,
you
call him
might want to
Santa.
say, huh?
I said call him Santa. But okay, let's stick to so that's on him. That's the child support part. But you think that he did the right thing?
It's not his kid. What are we doing now?
No,
Are
no,
you supposed to
no. So that's one part, right? So you have Ryan, which is not his kid, and you have Leia, that is his kid.
explain to Leia what is going on? And the mom is trying to use her against you in order to pay her debt. Maybe I
No,
have a better plan. Here's the plan: get Leia to live with you in Europe, and then it's solved.
yeah,
Well,
that's not gonna happen. You know,
that's not
the mom's not gonna let
that's
it
not
happen.
happening. That's not easy. Pay her
It's the
off.
golden.
Buy the kid for, well, that sounds bad, but you give her 5,000 and let Leah come live with you.
Buy the kid. Hey, KR. If Ryan
Buy
is
her
the
off.
golden
Pay her
boy,
off.
if if Ryan is the golden boy, you know what Leia is in that family? The golden
The golden
goose.
cow.
The golden goose. The golden
Okay.
cow. The, the ATM. That's what she is. So
Well,
yeah,
they never said
I
why
think
Ryan is the golden child, though. Where do
no,
they
no,
live? In Florida?
they don't say where they live. No,
Wasn't Diddy's home also in Florida? That was
no
raided.
man. No man. No. Um, we need to think of an we need to think after this, man, we need to think of a sign when we want to abort a joke. Just like I just want to abort.
No, but jokes
Uh,
aside, man.
so in my the way I look at it, it's the way I view this is as follows. At it it is his fault that he's in this situation. Way too many women. That's one thing, right? But way too many kids. That's another thing. And you can take care of a lot of kids, but you need to when you have kids, you need to take all these things into account, right? Country Wayne, for example, he has 10 kids. And what Country Wayne does is he talked about it a couple of times. Country Wayne is, of course, the comedian, very popular comedian, up and coming. A lot of people hating on him as well. But Country Wayne said he says he pays the moms, he pays the moms, he gives everyone money, and it doesn't matter whether or not they're in a relationship or not, because it's funny how how money can solve a lot of problems. You know, a lot. So that's one way to look at it. Um, I believe KR that when you have when you're in a situation like that, as a man, if you have the money to just how do I put it? If you have money to give without it um affecting your lifestyle,
Doesn't work like that, though.
but the problem is how many people have that kind of money. So
He has
it
that kind of
will.
money. I think he has that kind of money. The
I don't
problem
think
is,
he does.
the problem is, the problem isn't, the problem is once you start giving people money, what happens?
They're gonna ask for more. I give you that. I'll give you that. So I'm saying this, KR. He doesn't legally have to do any of these things. And the argument that the mom is using is like it's just blackmailing, right? You're not supporting your own kids and right. And the parents are calling, yo, KR, can you imagine, man? Your ex is in a relationship with another dude, and he's calling you to ask you to support the mortgage. I'll tell you one thing though, KR. If you start supporting that woman in the example that I'm giving, how long? Because you said no, why would you do it? So I agree with that part. But my question is this: if you as a man start supporting your ex financially, paying her mortgage or helping her at least, and helping her cover costs, how long do you think the relationship with the current boyfriend will last? It's
Oh,
not
they
going
are.
to.
It's going to
It's
last.
not going to.
It is. It is.
Because as soon as there's an argument, what will the woman throw in his face? You're
It
not even paying the bills. KR, come on, man. Get out of here, man.
is crazy.
As
That is
soon as
crazy.
soon can you imagine
That
that?
is crazy.
As
That is.
long as the the intimacy is good and there's no trouble in paradise,
There
then
is no
nothing.
trouble because someone else is paying the bills.
I'm saying as soon as there's an argument. Let me ask you something, Kiara. What's the guy's name? Cole. Cole's the new guy. What can Cole say to Abby? if he can't even help her pay the mortgage?
Cole will say, I'ma take the rot away. Shut up. Or you won't get rot tonight. That's what he should say. I'm not saying I don't think he'll say that because these simps out here are doing anything, but I
What do you
think you're right,
think?
though. You're right.
What
You're right.
what do you think the reaction will be? Where do women go? Where do women go in situations like that? Either it's small or they're gonna say something about your
Hook up
sexuality.
with the battery. I didn't pay the I didn't pay the electricity bill. You can
Hey, man.
recharge it.
There's one way to summarize this: just toxic. It's just a very toxic situation
Yo, this is what you get when you
on
first
both,
of
on
all,
all
and we're gonna
sides, on
talk
all
about this.
sides.
We're gonna talk about it in the show. The show has to start in a second.
Yeah, we just
When you bust up in bums, this is what you get. You heard that? You heard that, Mr. Weeks?
Mr. Weeks, Mr. Weeks, Mr. Weeks. Yo,
Don't let me start.
that's a,
Bruh.
that's a segue. That's guys. Let us know in the comment section below what your thoughts are about this story. Do you think it's? Do you think he's wrong or not? Do you think he's the a-hole? Do you think he's a douchebag? Let us know. With that being said, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. As you guys know, here on the Double Thought Show, we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations.
Wasn't that
And
common?
today's, and this, I think that is common. I think it is common.
We'll talk about Neo.
We're gonna talk Neo. We're gonna talk about Jeezy. Both Neo and Jeezy having baby mama drama,
Oh man.
and they don't even have that many kids. I think we'll see. We're also gonna talk, of course. So in the last segment of the show, the short thought segment, we have some very unbelievable and crazy stories to talk about. So stay tuned for that one as well. With that being said, let's move on to the first topic of today.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Yes, let's jump right into the first topic, which is Neo having baby mama drama. Before we do that, of course, guys, remember that this show can't be done without you and monetization either. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Don't forget to rate the show by pressing the like button so YouTube shares it with more people. And don't forget to follow us on our socials as well. With that, with the housekeeping out of the way, we can start with the first story, KR.
Yeah, man. Neo baby mama's going wild. As you can see, you can read him below calling the dude Diddy Jr. I'm not gonna start the show talking a whole lot. Let's take a look what happened because this is disgraceful. I can describe it any differently. Can you hear it?
Out the freak off, Diddy Jr.
It's already starts there. Can even say fair use. She wants to get it out right away. She says it.
According
Let's
to
take
him, the way she's talking seems like it never got in. But anyway,
and you're talking like I'm talking crazy. Anyway, let's listen to what she has to say to Neo because this is crazy. Listen how she talks to him. We're talking about a Grammy winner. Well, I guess Grammy winning doesn't have anything to say in his own house.
Diddy Jr. Tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. He calling. No, I don't give a listen. No, you know what you did. Your body slammed me on the floor. Come on, police. Tell him the real you. 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 And why we're here today. Tell them why we're here today. Shut boy. Refuse to remove me. Why? Because the commotion. How did the commotion start? What did we talk about? What did I ask of you?
All of that is irrelevant.
All of that is irrelevant.
Started throwing shit and get loud and just like
Okay, so you calling the police like a
like a
y'all? Guess what? Over what? Over what? Because he want hoes over the house while his kids is here. Why you like to have hoes, drugs, and weed? Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr. Alcohol, mushrooms, and prostitutes in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. This is what's going on. This is the tea. While the is in the house, I asked him not to bring no in the house. I even came over here to help him with these kids because he won't watch these kids. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr. Tell him about the freak off. Tell him about the freak off. Tell them the truth. Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about none of these kids. Do y'all see a fucking picture in his house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol, fucking these hoes. That's what you care about. So let's go. I'm a Diddy bop the fuck up out of here. You and your freak off. You can get back to your freak off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. He goes alcohol, mushrooms. Say my daughter crying. You gotta go.
The crazy part is she's doing all this with the kids on the bed.
Is that on that bed?
I cannot.
The hoe gonna stay, huh? The hoe gonna
Take a
stay.
look.
The hoe gonna stay.
Excuse me.
The hoe gonna stay.
Can you see
The
the
hoe
kids?
gonna stay.
Excuse
The
me.
hoe gonna stay.
Come on now.
The hoe gonna stay.
You're doing a lot.
Huh?
Excuse me.
Why can't you just be at home with your kids?
Why can't you just get out?
Why you just can't be at home with the kids?
Excuse me.
Why you can't be at home with the kids? Is that hard for you to lay in the bed and lay down with your kids?
No, I've done it before.
No, you don't do it. That's the problem. That's why I'm here, and you know that. And you know that. And you know that, though. And you know that. And you know that. I'm on that. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your up. Man, shut your up.
Look at the
Shut
two
your
kids.
up. Take care of your kids and shut the bitch. Man, shut the fuck up, Mr. Clean. Please stop playing with me before I slap the shit out of you.
Clean.
No, shut your
No.
up. Shut your, yeah, I know I'm gonna go to jail with you. That's why I'm staying. I'm staying far away from you. Say my daughter crying.
Yeah. So this is what she was on live streaming this. One thing you'll know. What have you noticed about Neo in this whole stuff?
He is trying to de-escalate the situation.
Yes. What else do you notice about Neo?
He does look a little bit like Mr. Clean.
What else do you notice? Let's go to point number 3.
What else do I notice? It's dark. He's trying to, yeah, just like he's trying to.
It seems like he's been here before.
Oh, okay. Okay. You think so? Here we go again. That's what you're saying.
Here we
Like
go
he has that.
again.
Here we go again.
Here we go again things.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a shame. It's a shame. He's trying to play PlayStation or Xbox or know what kind of controller he had in his hand, but couldn't see it. It's too dark.
Yeah.
No.
To me,
No. I'm gonna matumbo you on this one.
to me, KR, it really hurts me to see this happening in front of kids. And I think this is something that parents need to stop doing.
Yep.
You know, deep down, KR, you know who you were with. You know who the father or mother of your child is. You can't act surprised when he or she does things, be themselves, when they are themselves. So if you know Neo is about having women around, various women around, and you know this, it's a discussion to be had without the children involved. Why would you do it in front of the children? That's one thing. Second thing, is it responsible for Neo to do that? Well, Neo apparently is talking about having multiple women. We're gonna talk about that in a few, or probably you want to make some remarks about that as well.
Yep.
But hey, then it's a question like, do you want your kid to be there? Yes or no? If you don't, then start a court procedure to demand the kids stay with you forever because, or at least because you don't want the kids to be exposed to that situation or whatever. I mean, but hey, it's you you chose him. He's the father of your child. So,
They
and by
chose each
doing what
other.
and by doing what you're doing, you're basically causing yourself harm. Because if Neo's reputation suffers,
This is the
and
weirdest stuff. Yes. That
directly
is
or indirectly, financials will suffer, you will suffer too. Not saying that, I mean, maybe KR, she can take care of herself, but even if she can, I bet you that Neo also contributes. So it's like you want to have that support. It's mind-boggling to me. I'm just baffled when I see people like this just sinking their own ships, digging
that's
their own
always,
graves.
yeah, that's a valid point, and it's always what I ask myself is, are these people actually thinking that if the one who's the money cow, if the well runs dry, who's gonna pay for everything you're asking for? She's probably getting 10,000 in child support, which she uses for not for the children. She uses for herself, most
We
likely.
d- we don't know that. We don't know that.
Most
We don't know.
likely. I mean, we know.
We
We all
don't
know
know.
what
No,
child.
no, no.
Come on, man. Come on. Okay.
If that's
Okay.
what you think, if that's what you think, then just say it. But we don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
The odds. What are the odds? Do you think? So, do you think? I'll ask
I
you
don't
this.
gamble, man. I don't gamble.
But you don't gamble. Okay. So this is. So I'm not asking you to gamble.
Okay, ask away.
I'll ask you this.
Okay.
We've covered the story of um, uh, Kevin. Kevin. What's the guy's name? The actor who divorced.
The actor who divorced.
Um, Kevin
Oh,
Costner.
Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. His ex-wife is getting 30K in child support. Do you think that 30K is used for the kids?
Well, first of all, she wanted more. So if
Yeah,
you're gonna
she
tell a
wanted more.
story, tell it right.
Yeah. She wanted 120. She wanted 120. She got 40K or something like that.
Second of all, we know that I think they had two kids, right? We know that
Three,
not all
three.
three, but we know that not all kids, not all the money would go to the kids. We know this.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say.
But what I'm saying is you can't, I mean, assume things is what I'm saying.
I won't assume. Put me in a deposition. We'll put her in a deposition, and we'll see. Let me review those finances. We'll see. If they sue, we're gonna sit in a deposition, and now we'll find out real quick. But anyway, it's all jokes, guys. It's all jokes. I'm not suggesting putting us into deposition because I know speak English. I know speak English. Can you translate to me? Anyway, but all jokes aside, this is a shame, man. This is a shame because not. I think 1 or 2 days after she dropped the following um apology. Know if you can read it.
Yeah, I can read it. Let me
So
read it.
I'm drinking my boba tea,
Oh,
talking to my dad on the phone, self-reflecting. I've never seen this. .n. I'd like to apologize for putting y'all and not even
Yo, wait,
this is
wait,
crazy,
wait.
y'all. Not only is she
Did you just say I never seen this referring to the to
the
the
dot
dot
and
M?
the M,
Okay,
never seen
continue.
this in my life. Y'all as well, right? Y'all, you gotta Yo, yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta do
yeah,
better, man.
y'all. No, man, y'all. We see that.
That's
We
not
see
how
it.
you write real, man.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
we've seen it written like that. That's what I'm saying. Come on,
Yeah, we seen
don't
it.
be
Yeah. Neo, you gotta do better, man. This is disgraceful. Does she know how to write her own name? Anyway,
She's a
in our
supermodel. I
business,
see.
she's a supermodel.
Anyway, continue. Yeah, continue.
Read.
Continue. Continue.
Emotions were heightened, and I want the best. What? And I want the best him to show up. But
Come on, man. You want me to bring it home? Let me bring it home.
but
This is
this is ridiculous. Hey, y'all need to start working
uh,
on your writing,
I'll
bro.
s- let me start. I'll
This is
read it. I'll read it.
crazy, yo.
So I'm gonna start from scratch. Okay, so I'm drinking my boba tea, talking to my dad on the phone, self-reflecting, and I'd like to apologize for putting y'all in our business. Emotions were heightened, and I want the best him to show up. But I understand you can't make people feel you. Come on, man. Pull it together. I have good faith, everything will come together. Full moon was out, cycle on, postpartum built with frustration and a lot of underlying issues that needed to be that we needed to be addressed. Trying to do that with the problem present made heightened emotions. I'm human. I hurt too. And she did it twice. And I want the best for
Hey,
everyone. That's all I was fussing for. Nothing more. Nothing more. Some understanding. You know what the scary thing is, KR?
that she has two
What's
kids.
what does full moon? Because she said she basically has like excuse, right? So she's saying full moon was out,
She was on a
cycle
cycle,
on, postpartum built with frustration.
frustration,
Yeah. So my
underlying
quest.
issues.
So what do these things have in common, Kiara? Can you guess?
Yes, this is what psychos always claim. No, I'm just kidding.
What they have in common, Kiara, is that these are recurring variables.
Oh man.
So it's always there's all for the time being the the full moon. There's gonna be other full moon.
Yep.
Full moons. There are gonna be other cycles. There are gonna be other frustrations. So this is just like she's basically a werewolf. So what I think what I
Good luck, Neo.
what I think. Did you want to say? Yeah, maybe we can say something about Neo's lifestyle as well, or
Yeah, we're gonna so the next part is basically was Neo's baby mom's jealous of the interview with TMZ. I'm not gonna play the TMZ interview because they are not as
they're litigious.
we know who's the owner, and the owner was a former lawyer, so they are very strict. And I'm not gonna play the Kanye sound.
We know
I
you
won't.
can say it.
I won't. I won't. But anyway, um, but I think a week ago, you guys can look it up. I can show you where you can find it. It was on the great IG page, Spiritual World, where they are and they
Where
are
the,
always sharing spiritual stuff, whether it's
yeah,
working for
yeah.
God or it's people in poly relationships.
I've
It's,
never
it's
seen kids.
what what
I've never seen so much spiritual content from people living in the flesh on one IG page. I've never seen one other than this one. It's called
Amen.
Spiritual World, but they're in the flesh, man. Anyway,
Yeah, shout out
let's
to them
proceed.
anyway. So the you can check out the whole interview, which is kind of it's quite awkward, to be honest. That interview is awkward. Um
Does it look
to say the
staged?
least. Huh?
Do you think it's
Could it
staged?
whether it's staged? Maybe because sometimes what I've heard is that, like for example, the Kardashians arrange with TMZ to what time they will be at a certain place for them to take pictures or interviews. So that it looked quite awkward. Let's say
Yeah.
the least, because she was asking. I mean, she was asking dumb questions as well. To be honest,
But do you know?
whether he's going to Washington to make poly to legalize poly relationships. I'm like, dude, what the heck are you? Then she turned around and asked the woman whether say they want to marry. I'm like, what are you trying to do? Trying to put sand in his engine? The man is trying to have freedom, and then you're all he talking gibberish. But anyway, you
So
want to say something?
yeah, two things, and then we can proceed. One thing. The first thing you said was the TMZ. You know what TMZ stands for, right?
No idea.
TMZ stands for 30-mile zone.
Mm.
And it's basically the name. So now it's of course a company, media company, but it was referring to the studio zone at the intersection of West Beverly Hills Boulevard and North Cienega, something Boulevard
La
in Los
Ciénaga.
Angeles.
La
La
Ciénaga.
Cienega, yeah, La Cienega, yeah. So I know this because a lot of people who don't have problems with the TMZ simply stay outside of that zone. They're concentrated there. So the Kardashians, for example, they always get caught. So TMZ always records them, but I mean, they do a lot of things in that zone. So you can almost say that if you want attention, you're gonna be in that zone.
Yeah.
If you walk, so for him walking around with two women, it wouldn't surprise me if his PR manager said, "Hey, go walking. I'm gonna give TMZ a heads up because
He has an album
that's
coming.
also what happened." Yeah,
He has an album coming.
yeah.
He does
So maybe that's
what's the Tiny Desk show? He has an album coming.
yeah.
Oh, why look, RJ? Why would you walk with two women on your arms in a time when Diddy is under the microscope, which is with his whole allegations with Harvey, all those things.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta be fair.
yeah,
You
but
have
two
to
women.
give
I
every
mean, it's just yeah. I
dude.
don't.
There is something as knowing the right time to do certain stuff. It's just the only
I'm
thing
just
the only thing I can explain is there is an album coming up. Otherwise, you won't walk around with. Why didn't you walk around a month ago? 2 months ago. It's not like you started probably. I don't think you started walking, dating these two women like yesterday.
yeah, maybe not. But you know what, KR? This is my only question. Only thing that I'm wondering: what are if he's dropping a new album? What will the songs sound like? Can you imagine songs he already written differently? They got her own Mrs. Independent. I mean, it's
I know.
she-
I know. He's
he's probably
probably
gonna
adding other
he's
stuff.
probably gonna sing about one woman in every song. Or I, I mean, I have never heard, and this is my ignorance talking. I know I've never heard a love song of someone in a polygamous relationship. I've heard lost songs, but not love songs. Maybe I can't think of anything right now, but maybe there's a genre.
I mean, what if you play the same song twice? That's
Yep.
You play him twice, right? That that is soft. That is soft. It's soft.
I guess so.
Anyway, do you think the baby mama was jealous of that whole thing? That's why she's fuzzing up, making
This
all
is
this stuff.
Hollywood, so it can be that it's all part of it can be that
Calling
it's
the
all
man
part of a
Diddy
mark.
Jr. is not part of any plan. She went off script. She went off script. She thought she was a great actress and started adding her own lines. Calling a man Diddy Jr. in this time is very bad timing. If this is scripted.
And the name is already taken. I don't know. I could only assume.
Yo, Diddy Jr. calling someone Diddy Jr. is crazy because that could imply two things. I'm not gonna say what two things, but you can imagine. Use your imagination. Use your imagination, my man. Oh man.
I think
Anyway,
so. Even if it is, yeah, I think she probably cooled off, realized that she can cause damage to her own lifestyle, and I
yeah,
told her she
dad
was a
told me that.
model, right? I
I
told
have
her she
no
was a
idea who
model.
she is. I'm not interested, to be honest.
She looks more like a vixen than a model. Like the vixens. She's on. I see her on some posters. When you have parties and they put like the women in.
The promo women. No,
Pro,
not well, promo women sounds like she's OF, but what
doesn't
I
sound like
mean,
no, like poster women. So
yeah,
we have
yeah.
a party. We have a party. We
Wait
have
a
a
second.
party. Yeah, we have a party in the attic at on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Stop there, man. Stop there, my man. Stop right here. Let's go to the next topic because I don't know where you're going. I don't want to
Uh,
find myself in a Diddy
no,
situation.
I forgot who said it, but it seems like someone made a joke, like a stand-up comedian said, it's almost on purpose that no matter which city you're in, there's always something going down on Martin Luther King Boulevard. That's why I made that joke.
Well, now you're saying that. I think Diddy's homes are the most. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go to the next topic, man.
Let's move to the next topic. Hey guys, in this topic, we're gonna talk about Jeezy and Jeannie
Um,
Mai. Jeezy is also facing some baby mama drama. We've covered the story on a couple of occasions, but before we continue with the story, to give you guys the update, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. KR?
yes, man. Jeannie Mai ups the ante with brand new allegations. But before we start talking about Jeannie, let's take a look at a video. I came across this video earlier last week. Um, and it's about a therapist talking about situations with women in divorce or
A therapist, you said?
yeah, therapist. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Female. She's a female, by the way. So that should be able. Well, that should give her a bit of a rap, right? Because I mean, if a woman is telling it, woman's
It
always
doesn't
telling
work.
it. No, so it doesn't work like that. Oh,
Not that
okay.
black and white.
Okay. Maybe I got my feminism wrong. Um, let's listen to her. Let's
I
listen
thought
to
you
her.
said, oh man. Oh man.
What?
Continue.
What?
No, you told me not to use the
I
word
have
last
been
time.
trained.
As if I said feminism.
Yeah. Oh,
I said feminism.
uh,
I talk like James Brown. You know.
Very strongly trained by my mentor to
Fair use, by the
never
way.
James
believe
Brown.
a woman's story in her marriage.
Sorry, last thing. James Brown is the perfect example for what you're saying right now. Continue.
Oh, let's listen to what she has to say. Shout out to the YouTube channel Happy Wife School.
I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have gotten sucked into a woman's story
Boss.
because we are so convincing. We are so manipulative. We know how to dramatize and exaggerate the circumstances and experiences in the marriage to suck someone in, to feel sorry for us, to validate us in our victim story, and have even really no awareness to question that story from a woman and try to understand, well, what would the husband say, or what's his experience, so what's his side of the story. And we bring that into therapy. So like I said, I can't tell you how many times over 10 years that I got sucked into a woman's story, and my mentor had to help me break through my cognitive dissonance and get back to the fundamental truth that I know. I've gotten so much better. It's very rare that happens now, but it can still happen because we are so convincing. It's just like, it would almost be blasphemy to not believe some of the things a woman says. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you have to. I have been trained.
Yeah. So that's quite interesting. If the therapist is telling this, we've seen much more people in this situation than any one of us probably have in our lifetime. You gotta understand, gotta learn. Okay, let's take a look at what Jeannie Mai is saying now. Let's put it into perspective. Jeannie Mai is saying that Jeezy has been into DA and child neglecting in the ongoing divorce. So this is a new accusation. RJ, you have the floor first. Before I start cooking. You're on mute.
I said that's a setup.
What is that? If you want me to cook, I can cook as
No,
well.
let me just. I can go first. You went first last time. I think the. I think what she's saying, what the therapist is saying, is true to a certain extent. I'm an attorney. I'm not a therapist, and I have both male and female clients. Uh, I can honestly say that females, I don't know if they're more convincing, but I guess they're better at they're at least better at expressing their feelings. Doesn't mean the feelings are valid the feelings are in line with the facts, but they are way better at that. They're also way better than men in general in emotional, so they have better emotional skills. So they know what they have to say, and how to say it, to let a man do certain things. We see it time and time again when rich men, successful men, let like just a beautiful woman, sometimes not even a beautiful woman, but it's just someone that knows how to speak and to convince him to give up his dreams, apologize while he know he's right. And sometimes a bad woman can even ruin someone's life, right? So it's a very powerful thing that women's tongue have, and you need to use it with care, with responsibility. Oh, come on. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, as for Jeannie Mai and this whole situation in law in general, it's better to no. The earlier in a process that you claim something, the more believable it is. If you claim it 6 months after you've already claimed other things, then it's less believable. Doesn't mean that it's not in line with the truth. Doesn't mean that it's not true, but it just means that it's a bit suspect, to say the least. Second of all, we're talking. She's claiming child neglect. What does that mean? Because I think I read somewhere that Jeezy has problems seeing his kids. Is child neglect him not communicating with his kids, or is child neglect him not paying what the mother or Jeannie Mai believes he should pay? And in my practice, I've seen it both ways. Sometimes they're claiming that the man isn't contributing in so physically in the baby's life, in the kids' lives, but more often than not, they're referring to the financials. And it's understandable as well because kids cost money. But that's a reason, because I know about the nuances. I know that, hey, you should listen to everything, but you always need to take everything with a grain of salt, because what you might think she means with child neglect is not necessarily what is actually meant. What you might think is, she's saying DA. It wouldn't surprise me that when they get to court, she will say emotional DA or financial DA. So I'm taking
Yeah.
it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
So it's a lot of emotional stuff where she's saying that there was a situation where Jeezy demanded the pair to leave the party. After asking the driver to leave the vehicle, Jeezy allegedly began to verbally abuse Mai, and she attempted to exit the car twice. However, she claims Jeezy grabbed her by the neckline of her dress, resulting in her dress being torn and 2 to 3 inch scratches across her right
Breast disease.
breast disease. I don't know if that's allowed to say. I guess. Um, she claims to have reported the incident to a therapist with Jeezy present and also told her best friend in confidence. Mai
A bit
alleges
more
that.
energy. Pump up the energy, man. This is you need to
Okay,
you need to
okay. Jeezy uppercut. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. for, for a moment there, I thought he really did.
No. Well, she's claiming the following. He I can't wait to divorce you when we get back, court documents state. Mai also claims she was held against her will and Jeezy struck her a closed fist across her cheekbone and eye, causing a subsequent hemorrhage. Hemorrhage. I don't know what kind of word that is. The pair then sought therapy in regard to the alleged DV incident. 3 months later, Mai alleges that in court filing that the another incident occurred in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in San Francisco, San Fran, during which the television personality claimed she was choked from behind as she was ascending the stairs. What the heck? And pushed down the stairs by What the heck is this? The performer then allegedly proceeded to verbally assault her and called her an effing H-bay and repeated, "I can do so much better than you." This is a crazy story, dude. This is crazy. Are you throwing people off of stairs now? This sounds crazy. I don't know.
This sounds very
This
Johnny
sounds like
Deppish.
a movie. This sounds like Johnny Depp. Yes. Another situation. A golf cart which is involved Jeezy crashing a golf cart, which resulted in injuries to himself and nah. Yo, what the heck? So she's also adding this story to it. This is a funny one. Mai alleges that the fourth incident involved Jeezy crashing a golf cart, which resulted in injuries to himself and Mai. She claims that Jeezy was overly intoxicated when the crash occurred and claims he also crashed another vehicle during their marriage after drinking too much. So she's trying to pull anything out of the memory bank.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
She
difficult
claims
to
she's
say.
worried that her 2-year-old daughter Monaco safety after an alleged October 2023 incident in which Mai found the toddler with her then husband Louis Vuitton bag with his AK-47 rifle inside of
Oh,
the couple's home.
come on.
But it's already 1 hour. So, in the complaint, she stated that
Oh,
she requested Jeezy's.
that's another reason I said it, man. I said it because it's a very wild story. It's a very
It's
wild
getting
story.
wilder. It's getting wilder. So,
It's getting
as you can,
wilder.
I cannot show you. I cannot show the picture, but you can see the picture. You see
I
what
can
is
see it. Yeah,
happening
I
right
see
there,
it.
right?
Yeah, I can see it.
He's walking around with the doesn't. It's not. This is like an AR. Seems like an AR. In the house. They only have a picture. They don't tell you anything about the situation, whether he went to get the gat to protect his family,
No
nothing. Just a
context. No
picture.
context.
He's like a soldier walking around with with an AR in his hand in his house.
No context.
Not only that, look at this one. Who puts it right there? Again, I cannot show the pictures. We will get blocked. You can find all this at page6.com. You can find all the pictures. It's just randomly the AR is just randomly on the floor. It seems like usually you would pull that out from the bottom, from below the bed, but
Maybe she thought he's black. They'll believe it.
yo, this is crazy, yo. But hey, whatever. But this I can share. This I can share. Little Jeannie saying hi and Big Jeannie. I mean, she's still a beautiful woman, or whatever you want to say.
She is a beautiful woman and she's hot. Usually the crazy ones are. The
Let's go to the Jesus response, because he responded with the following, saying that the allegations are not only false but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I loved. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at at play. At this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter, as I continue to fight for court mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. I think it's the whole situation is quite funny, because if this was really a thing, I think first of all, that the whole the longer the divorce prevail is going on, the weirder the stories get. Because in the beginning she was surprised there was even a divorce, um that he's divorcing her. She didn't know until
yeah,
it was publicly.
that's what she
Man,
said, right? She said
yes,
she found out in the news or whatever, or when they served her, but it
yeah,
was like a total surprise. And now she's
totally,
saying he announced it. So it's a bit,
total surprised, and now she's saying he's out here walking around with ARs. So it wasn't a problem back then.
no.
Now it's a problem.
Yeah,
It,
it sounds like I said, if she said this from the get-go, it would have been more believable
Yeah.
than saying it now. You know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on that. Definitely right on that. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes, man. I mean, I think it's very. I think we've talked about this multiple times already. It's a shame that that people do this. They destroy each other's lives, and you still have a kid to take care of the next 18 years.
Mhm. That's the main thing, man. That's the main thing. And they're still young, but they're gonna grow up and see that all this played out at some point.
Yeah, man. Good. Let's close this out.
Yes, let's move then to the short thought segment. So, guys know in the short thought segment, we talk about various funny stories, noteworthy stories, and kind of a speed round. We have some pretty good stories for you guys today, but before we do that, rate the show. Press the like button, share the video with your friends, your family, your enemies. Follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube channel. KR?
Yes, man. Shout out to Rashad and Ian from the what's the channel again?
During your leisure.
Earn your leisure. Yes, yes. They earning their leisure, and they're all women that are out here trying to earn their leisures from
From
off of their backs. Let's take a
they,
look at.
they they want the leisure from their earnings.
Yes, yes. There's always someone who's trying to eat off of your back, and now he's gonna tell the story.
Your story. So the last
By the
girl.
way, first, before I continue, fair use. Shout out to these guys.
That open girls don't really be asking me for money. I usually, that doesn't really happen to me too often. But the last person that asked me for money, the response was me blocking your
I
number.
heard it.
Can I
heard
ask
it.
you
How much
they
he asked for?
Yeah, how did they ask and what did they ask for?
She was moving apartments, whatever, and she needed like rent or like first month rent, security
yeah.
deposits, whatever.
Okay.
And she asked me in person, and I kind of
How
like,
much was it? How much was it?
it was probably like 2,000, 2,100, something like that. She asked me in person, and I kind of ignored. I ignored the request. Then
This is like somebody you knew casually. This is like your baby.
no. This is just a casual vibe. And then the second time, the next day, she was like, "Hey, just wanted to remind you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you could send that money, I greatly appreciate it." And I was so disturbed by the way that she went about it that I never actually took the time to respond. I blocked her number. Let me tell you a story. So the last girl that
Did he do
Yeah,
the right thing?
I think so. I mean, KR, if I need to pay your first month,
It
maybe
seems
you're
like
not.
the team of this show.
If I need to pay, I mean, and what it's different. And they were also on a they were they were also on a casual.
People who don't have money, but
Yeah, and they were also on a casual vibe, it seems, right? So a casual
that's
vibe is
crazy.
different. I
Crazy
would
to-
feel used if I get that question asked, especially if we're just casual and especially if we just started. And especially if it's your first month, KR. I mean, if you can't pay your first month, maybe you have no business getting that apartment. And before
Yeah.
you know it, you'll be paying it, or at least she'll expect you to pay it
Of course. That's
until
what I
she
told
moves
you
on
in the
to something
beginning of the
better.
show. That's what I told you in the beginning. Once you stop paying, people expect you to continue to pay.
Well, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right. Again, and if this was someone, because this is something else, right? We always talk about athletes. Well, we do this offline mostly, but athletes having retainers around the country.
Yes.
They just pay women, at least they pay their house, pay their rent, and then they have like a boo in each state, in each city. So when they go to a city, they land in a city, they're taking care of a person who will then, can show them a great time until they move on to the next city. Yeah, that's something else. Maybe that girl thought that she was a woman like that.
Right, well, then you have to communicate it up front. It's not doesn't work like that though. Well, I do
Maybe
agree with you on that. You gotta. This is the thing, right? You need to communicate. If you want to have that type of situation, you need to communicate it. And there are people who are willing to pay it. I mean,
yeah. But he's
like
not.
you said, one of the. Well, I don't know. I
That's
don't
what he
know his
said.
business.
At
Well,
least
he's not willing to pay her.
not with her. Yeah, not with her. Yeah. You're right.
maybe Shane that anyway. I'm not gonna say anything crazy. But
Yeah.
to bring it back to this whole situation, I think he did the right thing. Some people always there are always people that want to they want to test you. They want to test you, and some broke people always want to do that. I'm not gonna call them anything else, but broke people in this case. And once you start paying, eh, they expect you to fork that 2,000 every month, without any agreements.
Yeah, especially that part, right? So if there's an agreement that I I I support you, and but because it has to be, so in the case of the athletes, it's always transactional. I support
It's
you,
transactional. I
but when
support
I'm in the
you.
city, you show me a good time, and we have fun, and etc. And
I
because
can
it's
fly you
casual,
out whenever you want, whenever I want.
yeah. So it's like there's an agreement.
Yeah,
So not diving into the ethical moral part because that's a different question, but that's a different scenario than in this case
ethics.
where
Do people know ethics these days? I don't think they do. Look at how many people do OF.
ethics is what they
$5.
call the room upstairs.
Yo. Hey, next up. Well,
That's
I want to show you a video real quick.
all right.
I want to show you a video real quick. Let me give me 2 seconds. Yes. Fair use.
Nursing assistant. Okay, all right. And what do you look for in a man? Um, a provider, someone that knows what he wants to do in life. Mm, I guess that's pretty much it.
Okay.
You guys providers?
Okay.
Do you guys like to provide?
Okay. Let's start right over here.
Yeah, but I will say, yeah, your questions, I mean, your answers, like the stuff I'm getting from you is like super shallow. Like, what do you want from a man? A provider knows what he wants. You're not
Yeah.
very shallow. Give me something deep. Like, tell me something about yourself
Hmm.
that's more than just shallow.
Okay, where are you guys from? And if you're, that's where I
By the
wanna know.
way, that pressing of the balloon means
Yeah,
reject.
yeah, reject. I know the show.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems like what they want is to be they want a man to, or at least she, not they. In their case, she
I mean, she's a
wants,
thing. I don't know.
maybe she looking in the wrong place because
I think
the
it is.
government give food stamps.
Yo, you go- I thought it was funny when he asked her to
Say something deep.
something deeper. Talk more about yourself. Tell me who you are. Then she turns around and asks him where you from. Yo, that
I
is
I, I
crazy.
thought she
That is
I,
crazy,
you know how
man.
funny it would be. This is just how my mind works. Like, yeah, the jokes, right? You know how funny it would be if she answered. So after the guy asked her to tell her something deep, she answering her, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Oh man, oh man. Hey, let's go to the next. Let's
Next
go to
one.
the next topic.
Yeah, let's go. Almost
Man
there.
lost friend after a bite in girlfriend's burger.
What's the story?
The A young man allegedly popped his friend dead for taking a bite out of his girlfriend's burger. According to the story, it is believed to have the guy attacked his friend as an argument rapidly spiraled out of control at the accused house. Um, the accused was reported to have ordered two Zinger burgers for himself and his partner before the person was sent into a rage over his friend's indiscretion. The guy sustained severe injuries after being popped, per local media, and succumbed to his wounds on his way to the hospital. Following the probe lasting more than 2 months, because apparently the one who popped the friend has ties to what is it? He's the son of a retired senior superintendent of police.
Okay.
I guess that's why it's going to take a bit longer. The investigators concluded that the police officer's son had likely lashed out over the burger incident. We have arrested the accused and he is in jail pending trial. Yeah, man. Where do you think this happened? Let's start there. It's a trick question. You would think you can guess this one.
You don't think I can guess it?
No,
I
don't
would
think so.
say
You have three chances.
yeah, I was gonna say give me 3 chances. Something wild like this can happen in Florida, Miami,
No.
LA,
No.
Baltimore,
Close.
close to Baltimore, close to
Close.
LA.
Well, it's closer than Florida, I think. LA is closer than Florida.
Louisiana.
Nah, you blew it all.
What is it?
Pakistan, Karachi. It's closer. LA is closer. I told you you couldn't guess this one. It sounds like it would happen in America, but it wasn't. I was surprised actually when I read the story. I was like, holy
It
shit.
wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, imagine getting popped over a Zinger burger, man. Life
tell you
can be tough in
I'm gonna tell
third
you
world.
one thing. That Zinger burger was just it. It wasn't about it. That was the last drop. That was just it. That's it.
Yeah, that was
The guy
the
probably
man
had
was
like
trying
a
to
very
hit on his
bad
girlfriend.
had a very bad day, and he was like, "Nah, this I can't accept."
This I can accept. Pow pow. Well, I guess he'll have to sit his time, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Hey man.
It is what it
Getting
is.
unalived over a burger is a bad way to go out. It's a very bad way to go out.
Yeah.
Any other things you want to say about this situation?
Nah, man. I think this is something that vegans will use to convince people that it was the meat in the burger that caused the rage.
I thought you would have said meat too, but okay.
Oh man.
Let's close
Hey,
out.
guys, thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you've reached the ending and you're still here, we've reached the ending, and if you're still here with us, thank you. We really appreciate the support. Remember, if you haven't done so already, rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section below, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time, peace. We
I'm
are
so
out.
sick of the love songs. Do-ba-da-ding. RIP, man, to his career after this one.
Think it's gonna launch, man.
new. Anyway, I'm not gonna. So, my God, I'm not gonna.